So I'm going to dive deeper into this. And I'm going to put together a team of psychic investigators. And we're going to get to the bottom of this. Because I feel like we're on the precipice of something really big. We're going to blow this can of worms wide fucking open. And in the process, I'm going to show you how you naturally, in your daily, read energy, can see between the lines, discern between truth and lies, and find the answers in the ethereal, the quantum, the Akash, that we've all wondered and sought after. I'm going to show you that this isn't just about me being able to channel, to uncover these truths, but how you can too. Because if we ever are to make this world a better place, it does have to begin with us. And beginning with us means learning who you are and how to use that to make a difference. So stay tuned, because we're fixing to blow this wide open. And how does this all fit together and go along with that same narrative and rabbit hole that we've already been following, that always leads back to some form of solicitation or sales of other human beings? I truly feel something inside me that says we're on the precipice of really understanding all of this so much better. And I'm totally excited about getting to the end of this mystery and having it solved, finding the conclusions and the truth, and bringing it out from the dark into the light. I have it.
That's it. I think I got the piece that solves it. Yes!
Holy shit!
Good morning, good evening, wherever you are across the nation and around the world. This is Deja Brew, waking you up to truth, one drip at a time. And this is Beyond the Veil. Today, the team and I are doing something different from our normal things, and this will be audience participation. So get your paper and your pen ready so that you can take notes and you can play along with us and practice how to open up your third eye and be connected. Welcome back, gang. Good to see you. You know I love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Oh, shucks. Are you ready? Are you nervous? How you feeling?
I can't help but to be a little nervous, I guess, but I'm cool. I got my little
Okay.
tourmaline. This is tourmaline, by the way. That's what I'm rocking
Tourmaline.
today. It's a tourmaline tower, and I'm gonna hold it today.
Okay. And do you have pen and paper?
I do.
You do?
He
I
I
do.
came to class prepared.
I knew he would. He usually does have pen and paper with him.
Yep.
I do.
Yes, you do. You're such a good little boy.
Thank you. I
Such a
try.
good student. Johnny gets the dunce hat and Mike gets the apple.
As long as
Okay,
you,
so what?
oh, you heard that? Y'all heard that? I was gonna say,
What'd
as
you
long
just
as you don't
say?
spank me. I remember when I lived in Texas, they pulled me out of class and they would spank me if I didn't do my homework in
Yeah,
Texas. Yeah.
I know. They're strict in the South.
Yeah.
They're strict, I tell you. Of course, they do that here in Indiana too, or they used to. They don't now, but they used to have. Even the teachers would paddle you.
Well,
You didn't
that's
even
who
have to
paddled
get
me.
sent to the
Hmm.
principal. The teacher would whoop your ass.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. She would take me down the hallway to the janitor closet and tell me to touch my toes.
Hmm.
But that's another podcast.
That's right. That's the one where we go all Mama Bear.
Oh,
Yep, I know, because your mama was mad.
yeah, she was. We came back to Cali.
That's pretty mad.
Yeah, she was pretty mad.
That's pretty damn mad when you go back to another state.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about transdimensional energy reading. And I know that sounds technical and it sounds hard, and it's really totally not, because all it really means is that we're using our telepathic abilities, remote viewing, using psychic vision, all of those things. They're all the same thing. Okay. You take a little bit different method, or not method, but action for a specific target for remote viewing versus telepathy and things like that. But the energy reading of it is all the same process. So they are all one. Renergy. I'm trying to say the whole two words together there. Reading energy is hearing the call, or the sending of it in a form of a call, if you will. So when you hear the phone ring, you're hearing the call. Okay? That's your intuitive hit saying there's something happening here. You know that when you answer the phone, there's someone on the other line, on the other end of it, that's going to give you the message, right? So when we hear the call, the phone ring inside of us, we're listening to the body, because the body intuitively picks up on signals, right? And they typically are, in your little viewfinder in your third eye, with images or numbers or symbols, or even like scenery. You could see whole scenery of something, and it could even simply be emotions. Okay, you could be picking up on emotion, or someone's feelings in that moment, rather than words or letters or numbers, or whatever. But it's all a telepathic transmission. So you listen to your body. That's the phone ringing. And when you pick up, the person or the message on the other end appears in your third eye. All of this is within all of us. It's always perceived. We just don't always realize it. So, in doing this practice, the real lesson here is to learn how to be a good listener. It's that simple. Be a good listener. Don't second guess those instincts. And also, don't second guess the first images or thoughts or whatever that come to your third eye. Because a lot of times you'll have another image that'll show up right after it, or another word or message or something. And that's the logical brain kicking in, right? Things that that it can relate to, and it'll show you something else. And you don't want to go with that answer, because that's basically the computer spitting out data, whereas this is the raw data coming in, that first instinct. So that's the one we want to focus on and pay attention to. And it can literally, in that fast of a second, be there and be gone, and another image is showing up. So you have to learn to listen, and then you have to learn to watch, to pay attention to that and go with that first instinct. Okay, be aware and hear the call, and then feel it in your body. Don't second guess it. Go with that first impression. Now, when we're talking about remote viewing or telepathy or um, having a psychic vision, right? Because a lot of remote viewers are just basically, they're all doing basically the same thing that a psychic could do when you pick up and you're a channel for the information. Okay, there's technical terms for remote viewing, like controlled remote viewing or technical remote viewing or scientific remote viewing, but what we're doing doesn't have a technical anagram or excuse me acronym like that, because in the process of what we're going to do today, we're also learning and understanding that this is all encompassing, right? It's not so compartmentalized as people think that it is, where you have to learn telepathy and you have to learn to be psychic and you have to learn to be a remote viewer and you
Hmm.
have to learn to move and transmute energy. It's all one. Okay. So there's no acronym for what we do, but it has many different words that you can use as its definition, or as its description. And being a psychic is one of those. So I just want to go through a couple of things that will help people to get in that space, yourselves included, before we get into the exercises. Anytime that you're using your energy, whether it's to heal someone, give them a psychic reading, channel, use your RV, or practice your telepathy, you are naturally burning a lot of calories. That's a fact. That's a scientific fact. You burn calories when you use your energy. So, with that being said, I don't recommend that people try to do this on an empty stomach for anybody watching at home. Make sure that you have something in you, even if it's just a snack first. And it is important to stay hydrated because when you burn your calories and use your energy in this way, it also depletes your hydration levels. So drink plenty of water, but also tea and caffeine, caffeinated things like coffee are very good to use right before you do this type of a practice, because there's something in the caffeine that helps you open up. Chocolate also is another one that's very good for using right before you do any type of energy work. Also, if you have a head cold, interesting to note, when you have a head cold and some of those other senses are less than full capacity, it allows your sixth sense to open up easier. So don't think that just because you have a head cold or you've got the flu or whatever that you can't connect and do some type of energetic work. Just make sure to stay hydrated and take care of yourself as well, you know. I also want to point out that age is not a factor in doing this. It does not matter how old or how young you are. Anyone can literally do this. Anyone and everyone can do this. Now, with that being said, it is much easier for women that are 50 and older to access these realms easier, because by the time you get to this age, women are very comfortable in their body. They're done with all the mood swings of having a menstrual cycle. Um, and, women are just naturally, innately more in tune to the nurturing right side brain than men typically are. So it just makes it easier for them to connect. And fun sad fact, if anybody is ever interested in doing this as a profession, um, women between the ages of 50 and 65 are a hot commodity for this type of work. Then the second people in line to be of very easy access, aside from children, of course, is actually gay men, because gay men are also in tune with their nurturing feminine side really well. So they're more open than other men are to allowing in this type of information, because Mike is a beautifully rare diamond, because a lot of men are just not into this spiritual growth and awareness like the women are. They're just not. That's a sad fact, and I'm looking forward to that changing. And I feel like people like Mike are going to be very instrumental in showing men a way to do this without feeling like they are being a sissy or a gay guy, that don't want that life, right? He's going to be able to show them that it's okay to embrace your feminine side as well as the masculine. Um, then the next ones that would be able to access this is all of the rest of the female race, just simply because of the whole right side, right brain thing. However, um, I do have to say, and this is not a pun toward anyone who is gay or lesbian that's a female. However, because you are gay or lesbian as a female, typically you are more in your masculine than your feminine. It's not as balanced. So you're kind of in that group with the rest of guys that don't usually, that doesn't mean they're not there and they can't get there. It just means that statistically speaking, they're in that group with the rest of the guys that really aren't into the spiritual lifestyle and the spiritual growth. However, with that being said, I have been seeing a big change just in the past year or so with that, a really big change. Um, but regardless of who you are or where you're at on the levels of the ease of ability is irrelevant if you go about this with a simple approach. Um, and that's why I'm offering these other little tools that you can use to help you to access that gateway, if you will, through chocolate or through the caffeine of coffee or the tea. But also, if you're into herbals, marijuana is not a bad one if that's your thing, because it does help to open up your creative right brain channel. Ginkgo biloba is also another herb that's great for this, and so is ginseng. Um, but I'm no doctor, so don't be going and taking my word for it and doing something crazy with none of this. Also, mugwort tea is exceptional. If you guys have mugwort tea and you have a cup of that before you do any type of energetic work, it's incredible how much it can help you to open up very easily and naturally, and you don't feel all weird and wonky like you would with other types of drugs, right? And if you don't like the tea, you can even smoke mugwort. I mean, that works too if you're more of that type of person. But all of those things help you to achieve that theta state that we need to be in order to open up that channel. And an interesting side effect also of using these abilities for the genders. For women, they're typically going to feel it in their sacral or their root chakra, even afterwards, after they're done with their energetic work that they do, regardless of what type it is. And generally speaking, this is because those are the two chakras that women tend to neglect the most and need to be opened. And for men, it's actually the heart chakra where they're going to feel the energy and feel emotion and feel tingling and stuff. And again, that's because for men, typically, they don't embrace their heart chakra, right? They don't embrace the emotions or express them or whatever. They're just mainly men and they stuff it down and they don't talk about feelings, right? So men tend to feel it in the heart when they start doing this kind of work. So that's okay if you feel that there, just go with it, release it, allow it to open up and to cleanse, because it's actually a blockage in your chakras if you experience this. And blockages shouldn't be considered a negative thing. It's a blessing because you're feeling it release. Now, also with all of this being said, and we're almost to the part where we do something, I don't want you to allow this to make you feel stressed ever. Because this isn't about how good you are. It's about learning to be open and learning to be a good listener. Okay. And everybody does that at different paces, different levels. So just be patient and kind with yourself and never feel stressed. It's not a competition and it's not a test. Okay. Now, the first thing I want you to do with your piece of paper is to document for yourself. We're not sharing this with anyone. Document at the top of your paper your emotional state of being right now. Like, do you feel nervous? Do you feel calm? Do you feel worried? Do you feel concerned? Are you stressed about anything? Whatever. Just write it down and then put your pen down. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to do is check in with your body and how does your body physically feel, and write that down beneath this, and then put your pen down again. If you have any kind of ache or pain, write it down. Okay. Now, the point of doing this was actually part of the preparation of getting ready to do energy work. By whatever was inside of you that needed to get out that could have been a negative thing, you put it on the paper, you put the pen down, you've dropped it, you've let it go. Right? Just like when you journal as an exercise for therapy. So that's a good practice to have when you're going to do any kind of energetic work. Even if you're just going to meditate, right? And you're hoping for a message or something. If you're not having any success at that, try doing that method first. It really helps. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I want everyone to write their name at the top right corner of the page. And if you want to choose a spy name or a fun name instead of using your real name, you can do that because nobody's going to see your paper but you. And document the date. This will be for your benefit so that as we go through these practices and these scenarios, you can look back and you can say, okay, this particular day, or because of how I was feeling on that day or whatever, either made me better at this or not as good at this. And you can help to gauge for yourself what's a good time to be doing your energetic work, right? So it's really just a tool for you to use for yourself. All right, so now to begin with a warm up into tapping into our intuition, I want you to first write these 5 symbols at the top of your, across the top of your page. A circle, a square, a star, three simple lines to represent water, and a plus sign. These will be the cards that we use to begin our telepathic practice. Now, just to help get you in the mood, this is how I begin when I'm going to channel for someone. Like when I have a client and I need to channel, I always have a blank piece of paper in front of me, and I just allow my hand to freely doodle and scribble around on the page. And I want you to do that now. And if you feel it wanting to go faster and really, really scribble, allow it to do that, because that's actually energetic creativity coming through. So the faster you want to go with it, the better. Let it wind up. And again, I want everyone at home to be following along with us if you would like to do this. And of course, it's always important to be in a quiet space with no TV or phone to interrupt you, or lots of busyness of other people. Okay. So now I want you to lay your pen down. Get yourself nice and comfortably relaxed in your neck and in your back. and we're going to do 3 tones of Om, because that vibration, any sound vibration, actually also allows your creative channeling access to open. So, Om. Om. All right. Now, you're going to do this together, all together. And I want you to put a check mark if you get your guess correct, and an X if it's not correct. And we're not discussing how well or you didn't do, or how well you didn't do. We're just going to go through this one time to help you to get into focus. Okay. So I'm going to look at the card and I will hold it up, but not with the picture side showing. I will hold it up, I will focus on it, and you tap into what my eyes are seeing on the card. Okay? Are you ready? Star. Okay, second one, and there's 20 of these, by the way. Star. Okay, third one. Mark it on your paper when you think you have the image. Water. Fourth. Star. Fifth one. Square. Six. Circle. Seven. Circle. 8. Plus. 9. Square. 10. Plus. 11. Plus. 12. Square. 13. Circle. 14. Water. 15. Water. 16. Circle. 17. Star. 18. Square. 19. Water. And the last one, square. Now, count how many check marks you have. And don't tell me how many you have, but tell me if you did better or worse than you thought you would do. Mike, what do you think?
Better.
You did better than you expected?
Yes.
Okay, good. Very good. Missy?
I think I did what I thought I was going to do. I didn't, I mean, although, I thought I was going to be in the medium somewhere, but I'm really not. So worse, I guess.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick about that? I
Yeah.
I really started getting comfortable and in sync later as we went on because I got used to looking for something from your face. You started doing a thing where you closed your eyes a little bit, and that's when I was getting the information from you. And if I didn't see that, I didn't half the time I didn't even guess. I couldn't even. It was too quick for me to even guess.
Okay. Do you want me to go slower?
No, I just got hooked on. It's okay. It was good. It was a good exercise. Put it that way. I'm not complaining. I don't want you to change a thing because that's not how life. That's not how life works.
Right.
Well, but I don't mind going a little bit slower
Okay, maybe a little
because
bit slower then,
I want you to be able to
because I was really trying to
have
tune
time to
in.
choose.
Okay,
And yeah, I was feeling like you all maybe weren't connecting as well, so I started closing my eyes to project it.
And I agree with you, Mike. I started getting more mine at the end versus in the beginning.
See, and that's when I was closing my eyes and
Yeah.
oh
projecting
yeah,
it more.
I was wondering if I was going to get one. I started off so cold.
Me too.
Yeah, and that's okay because that's why we practice, right?
Yep.
When I do these cards with the kids, I may get 7 of them right. When I do them at night by myself, when it's totally quiet, I can get half or better right. That's a big difference. You know, it's something about the mind space that you're in, right? And even though the kids are calm and chill and they love doing this, it's still a game to them, right? So there's a lot of excitement and expectation and, so it's a different type of headspace, right? So it takes practice. And it's great if you've got some little paper or cards that you could do your own. It's great to practice with these. These are actually what they use in the GATE program for kids, and it's what the doctors use to test psychic children. So they're great practice. And there's an app too. It's called Are You Psychic? But personally, I don't connect with the app like I do physical things. So I like I like this. This is more to me. This is more real um, way of communicating with others than to use the app because I don't feel like there's a good healthy energy exchange there. If that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to begin again. And I will go slower and I'm going to close my eyes and project the image more clearly. Okay? First one. Tell me when you're ready.
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 Star. Second one. And let me know when you're ready.
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 Square. Third image.
Ready.
Ready.
Water. Fourth image.
Ready.
Ready.
Circle. 5.
Ready.
Ready.
Water. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Square. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Plus. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Water. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Water. You second guessed it, didn't you? See, that's good though. That's a good lesson, right? To understand that we need to go with that first, because your logical mind stepped in and said, "Nah, it ain't water again."
Now I'm playing poker. I'm reading the cards in the table.
Yep. Yep. Go with that first image. And here's another one.
I know. I got this one. I know I do. I
Sorry.
was wrong. I'm
Aw.
sorry. All right.
Are you ready now? Next image.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Square. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Circle. Next image.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Square. Next image.
I'm ready.
Ready.
Plus. Next image.
I'm
Ready.
ready.
Plus.
Ready.
Next image.
I'm ready.
And I'm ready.
Plus. I didn't do that. I shuffled them. They just fell where they may. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Star. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Circle. Next image.
Ready.
Ready.
Star. And
I'm ready.
Ready.
Aha.
now,
Oh,
did you do better than the first time?
no.
I
You
did.
said no.
I did the same.
You did the same? Okay. So, Mike, do you want to say, did you do worse or the same?
Oh, I did worse.
You did worse.
Yeah, but yeah, still not, you know.
Okay. It's okay. All right. Next, we're going to do colors. You're going to have 5 colors. We have the 5 basic colors, right? Green, blue, orange, red, yellow. Okay. And we will do 3 rounds of the 5 cards for the colors. So just really focus, and try to see the color that I see in my mind. Ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Yellow, you
I'm
ready?
ready. Yes.
Ready?
Red,
Ready?
Ready.
blue,
Ready.
Ready?
orange,
Ready.
Ready?
blue,
Ready.
Ready?
green,
Ready.
Ready?
red,
Ready.
Ready?
green,
Ready.
Ready?
yellow,
Ready?
Ready.
red,
Ready?
Ready.
green. 3 more.
Ready?
Ready.
Blue,
Ready?
Ready.
orange, last one,
Ready?
Ready.
green. All right. How well did you do with the colors? Better or worse than the others?
Worse.
Okay. That's all right.
I did better than the second time with the symbols,
Okay.
but not as good as the first time with the symbols.
Okay. All right. Well, those are just different ways for us to practice, right? Now, This time we're going to use rocks. I'm going to hold a rock in my hand, and I want you to sense its temperature, its element, its shape, its flaws, its perfections, whatever it is that may stick out to you, its color. And we will go through these one at a time, and you will verbally describe what you see, feel, or sense about each rock. All right, Missy, you're first.
Cool
Mm-hmm.
and smooth.
Okay. Can you get a color?
Like a green, some shaded green.
Okay. Well, not bad. It's actually blue with white, but it is smooth and it's very, very cool to the touch. I'm not in my camera. Very cool to the touch. And it has a rune on the back of it because these are my rune stones. But I'm not focused on the rune, so don't worry. You don't have to pick that up. All right, Mike, your turn.
Okay. Um, it's not necessarily as smooth, but it's smooth, bumpy smooth, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm getting like a aquamarine kind of green teal type of color.
Okay. Anything else?
It's elongated more than the others, a little thinner and longer, not so round.
Very good. So this is a piece of raw turquoise, which you can see has bumps in it, right? It's smooth but bumpy. It is thinner than the rest of my rocks and elongated, and it's turquoise. It's teal. It's a very blue turquoise, right? So good job.
Very good.
All right, Missy, you're next.
Um, Maybe rigid. Um, a little heavy. More like an earthy type rock.
Okay.
Like a brown or an orange in color, maybe like a multicolor.
Okay. Anything else?
No,
Okay, so this is a heavier rock because it's large
Hmm.
and it's a reddish brown carnelian, which is a very earthy stone. And it's not a nice round rock. See? It's edgy. It has edges. It's rigid. So really good. Very
Hmm.
good. Okay, Mike, are you
Okay.
ready?
Mm. Very small, very dark, Not as tumbled. Actually, it has very small holes, it seems like, or a crack with quartz in the crack. What you got?
So this is like a green selenite. Is that how you say it? A selenite?
Ah, there's the pits.
And it has the pits and the cracks, the ridges. And it's very I don't yeah, it's picking up. See how shiny it is? It's shimmery, like it has
Mhm.
quartz inlaid in it. It's got a very nice sheen to it. And it's rough. It's not a tumbled rock. It's a raw, rough rock. So very good. Very good.
It's interesting because there was no color involved, really.
Yeah. You saw it as dark? Is that what you said?
Oh,
Dark?
you're right, black. I'm sorry. I thought it
Well,
was
you didn't say
black.
black. You just said dark. But yeah. And it's actually green. But other than that, I mean, you got everything about it correct. Even the pits and the ridges, the cracks. And yeah, I really wish that would show up on the camera. Let me try to get it to grab it because it really does look like there are little pits of quartz. Oh, it's kind of getting it there. Because
I see it. Yes.
those two divots
Yeah.
look like they have quartz in them. So you did really good at everything other than the color. Really good. All right, Missy, you're next.
Again, I think it's cool. Um, Green in color. And I think it's smooth.
Okay. So it is cool to the touch and it is smooth because it's tumbled. It is not green. It's a really lovely two-tone of orange. If I can get the light to pick it all up. Oh, over here. You can almost see through it. I don't know what kind of rock it is. But see how the light goes through it like it's translucent?
Hmm.
It's a cool rock.
I would say it's citrine, but there's a darker aspect to it.
Yeah,
I
it
almost want
has
to
like
say
a
carnelian.
pumpkin. It's
Uh-huh.
got like a pumpkin orange color to it. And yeah, it might be like some kind of carnelian. It might be. All right, Mike, you're next.
This is a okay. I'm just gonna go with my gut, man. Like you said, I picture a flatter, almost a skipping type of. I don't know why. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna make a fool out of myself and say it's like a worry stone, skipping, multicolored, um, a multicolored darker stone that's a little bit flatter, small as the rest, about the same size as the rest. Okay, that's all I got.
All correct.
Wow.
Perfect rock for skipping.
Oh my
Small,
God.
multicolored purples and black,
Yep.
and smooth. It's also very smooth. But yeah, oh, there's even some brown in that actually. It's very multicolored. Yeah. On this side, do you see the different tones?
Oh yeah.
There's like brown and
Hmm.
black and purple
Yep.
all through it. And yeah, it would be great for skipping. Except I'm not doing that because I'll lose my rock. And they're my friends. Rocks are my friends. All right, Missy, let's give this a go.
Almost dry, so like rough. It's not it's not cool, but it's not. It's just I don't know. I can't explain it. That's all I got.
You got a color?
Like a yellowish, orangish, rustish color,
Okay.
almost like earth tones.
All right. So you're way off on this one. It's smooth. It's an Apache tier. So it's black, but it's also translucent at the same time. Very smooth. Um, Now it is like a room temperature feel. It's not cold and it's not hot. It's a room temperature. So you did get that part correct. But
All the other.
all the other was, but that's okay. That's okay because you're still whether you're right or wrong, you're learning to go with the information that's coming
Hmm.
to you, right? And that is the point of exercising
Right.
all of this. It's not to be right all the time. It's to learn how to access the information and be able to read it clearly, which means we have to fine tune it. We got to see where we did this or where we did that, right? Just like all the things we wrote down at the beginning on the piece of paper. So it's all stuff for you to gauge for your
Hmm.
own personal knowledge and growth.
Right.
All right, Mike, let's do one more for you. Which one do I want? I am going with this one.
Can you make a noise, Kelly, so I can get a full screen of your face?
Oh, can you not see
There
me
you
at all?
go. No, it's just you're perfect now.
Okay. Yeah, I can make all the noise you want me to.
Just so so you show up in my big picture. It's hard to
I
see
got
you in
you.
my little ones. So I
Okay.
get a three-tone, uh, lighter color, like white, and some variations of white or gray, and um,
Okay.
a little bit more of a triangle feel, more of a not so round, more of a it fits in your. I feel it in your hand, like a triangle, like a three-pointer for some reason. Um,
Okay.
it's smooth, but it has a couple of sharp slices. That's what I got.
Okay. So it's white with light pink quartz through it.
Yeah.
And it is, if you can see the shape,
Oh, it's got the yes,
pointed at
the
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 top,
point. Yes.
square at the bottom where it broke off. So it has some sharp places.
Mhm.
So very good. Very good. Rocks are definitely your thing. Which that's why I like to use the rocks. They're Missy's thing too. She blew her own mind the first time we did rocks together because she's like, How the hell do I know that? Because she got all of it right so well. She did so great. And she's like, I don't even know how I did that. But they're a living energy, a living vibration, right? An organic vibration. So I feel like we can pick up on them easier than shapes or colors and things like, even though they have their own vibration too. I just feel like something about them being alive makes it different. They're alive. It's alive. Okay, so um, real quick before I let you all talk about how you feel about all of this, what we've done tonight, I want to say that next week's assignment for this, we're going to continue this over to next week and try a little bit something different. I'm going to give you an actual specific target date and place, and you have all week to remote view or channel or however you want to call it this specific place and time in history or whatever. Um, and then when we come back next Sunday, you'll have all of your doodles and your drawings and whatever information to present for the target area, if you will, right? Or the asset or objective. And I, in the meantime, this week, will be channeling and remote viewing you all and taking notes of what I think you're going to say when you come back on Sunday. And I will hand those over to Bella, and she will keep them until I'm ready to show them and tell my side, just so that anybody watching can see that I'm not like writing stuff down. I'm actually doing the work too. And that'll be fun to see, like how well we all did on that. You're going to predict the area and the events or the images or whatever, and I'm going to predict what you predict.
That's
I'm going to
cool.
I'm going to predict what you'll come up with, and we'll see how we all do. So, Mike, how do you feel about everything we did?
I thought that was very interesting. And
Yeah.
something that you were saying earlier before we began, I found out that I tended to do better when I had a dull headache, which I find that to me, I always thought it just, the lines crossed just right. It's kind of uncomfortable to have a dull headache, but for some reason I was able to work better like that. And you were saying something about if you had a cold or something, don't worry, because that actually, so I found that very interesting.
Yeah. That is interesting. I love that. That's kind of proof in the pudding, right? That when we got something interfering with all of our normal
Right.
senses and stuff,
It's like a
we have
white
this
noise,
ability
so
to
to speak, or
override it.
something. It's something that's not
Yeah.
normally running. We don't normally run that way. I don't normally run that way, you know?
Yeah. Not normal programming.
Right.
Yeah. You had to take a different route. I like that. Very good. And so you're open to trying this type of experiments
Yeah,
further?
the date and time, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. And Missy, how'd you feel about all this?
It was good. It's just a little different because I'm used to the touchy feely kind of thing, like feeling the rocks and touching the cards. So it put me a little bit out of my comfort zone, even though I don't really have a comfort zone right now because I'm still learning everything. But it was different than the norm that I'm familiar with that I've done before. So I look forward to seeing how much stronger that we can get, because I think the more we do it, the better we're going to be.
Yeah, me
You know,
too. And that's why I wanted to kind of take a pause here and do these exercises so that then when we go back into doing our regular show, you have a little extra tools under your belt how to access this realm a little easier, maybe, because life happens and things can get crazy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And to know those quick accesses that we can go to, those quick access points that'll help us to open up regardless of what's going on around us. I think that's a great tool to have, a great asset. I also would recommend to you all and anybody listening to go to the Gateway Tapes or the Monroe Institute on YouTube and listen to um, the Gateway programs, because when you use the waves, the vibrations to link your right and left hemisphere into one focal point, it really does allow those channels to open up much easier for all of us. Um, you're, and that's the whole point of using the headphones with those when you're listening to those hemi-sync tones, because if your left ear is hearing 220 hertz and your right ear is hearing 210, then the brain wave of hertz that you're actually receiving is 10 hertz, because it's just like doing math to subtract, whatever the difference is between the two is the level of hertz that you're in. And when we're in our gamma state, that's our awareness state, like we're in right now, that's at around 25 hertz. And beta is your alertness. So it's also up to 25 hertz, usually around 13 to 25 hertz is beta. And then alpha is our relaxed state. So we're usually at between 8 and 12 hertz in our brain waves if we're in a relaxed state. And then theta is where we want to be to do energetic work of any kind, whether it's channeling, remote viewing, healing, anything. Even just to receive messages and to meditate, we get into the theta state. This is where you're feeling tired. So doing this when you feel tired is actually a great way to access this naturally as well, because you're right there in that threshold, like right before sleep and right upon waking from sleep, you're in the theta brainwave. And that's the best time to work with spirit for your own personal journey, right before you go to sleep at night and right when you're waking up in the morning. Like, don't grab the alarm clock or grab the phone or jump out of bed to go pee real fast if you can help it. Like, take a minute to kind of reflect what you've dreamt, what your lesson was there, or your message, and ask for things to be answered in that moment if that's what you need to do. And also, you can set your intention for the day right there too, and say, today's going to be a great day, you know. And then once you get out of that state and you go about your day, you can totally forget about that, but your intention has already been set for the day in the astral realm to amplify and bring that type of energy back to you for that day. So it's good to know where those states are. And then also delta is when we're in the sleep or the REM state, and this is 1 to 3 hertz brainwave. So to listen to the gateway tapes, if you have trouble sleeping, if you've got trouble eating, any kind of trouble at all, there's like different types of hertz to use and listen to that can help you with those different things, including and especially for any type of psychic or energy work. So I highly recommend the gateway tapes. They're totally safe. There's no subliminal messaging or anything like that in it. And so they are completely, totally safe to use. Now, for our assignment for next week, because you have a specific objective, if you were doing remote viewing or psychic vision work, this would actually be termed a front loading objective, because you're loading the front temporal lobe with some type of information to begin with. Okay, so this is called a front loader that we're doing versus the blind where you know nothing about it. So your target location is the Sahara Desert, and your target date is 11,000 years ago. And I want you to tell me everything that you see there, whether it's construction or destruction or migration. I don't care what it is. Like anything and everything that you see that you pick up on, I want information on it and no cheating and Googling anything.
Okay.
All right. So that is all I have for this week's Beyond the Veil. I hope that the two of you have enjoyed doing this, and I hope that everyone watching has enjoyed doing it with us. And we welcome you back next week to see how everyone does on telepathically receiving the information or channeling the information for the Sahara Desert 11,000 years ago. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you again soon. Good night.
Good night.
Night.